polish your horns and grab an oar. Ladies and gentlemen, the Viking Youth Power Hour.
The icy shores of Lake Michigan. Viking you, Viking, Viking you, Viking, Viking, Viking you, 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 Viking, Viking you.
All right.
Welcome to the Viking Youth Power Hour.
Quit dreaming like a pussy. I don't know, maybe to
Summertime.
the potential. It's the summertime. The potentiality to see the new Batman movie.
Yeah.
Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties. Indeed.
I'm not not cut out to work at NASA. I'll tell you that much.
Really?
I'm sweating like a whore in church in this AC just trying to get this mixer hooked up. that
Wow.
I've used,
In the AC, I'm cold.
Really?
Yeah.
You're a delicate flower.
I am. You can tell.
I have not been cold all week, dude.
No.
It's been hot as fuck here in Chicago.
It has been hot as fuck outside, but the way King just this guy is a firm believer in AC. He was just telling me that his ancestors didn't conquer this great land so that he could sweat his ass off.
It's true. It's always Oslo in here to me. Always Oslo in December.
If you could only make it snow.
Wow.
Where's that? Is that New Jersey?
That's New Jersey, yes. Yes, Jersey. So Bruce
Stinky.
Springsteen is from there.
From Oslo?
Absolutely.
Oslo, New Jersey.
Oslo, New Jersey.
How far is that from the city?
It's right over the bridge.
Sounds vaguely communist to me.
Oslo? It's definitely socialist. Aren't they socialists in Norway? All the European countries are kind of socialist. They've all been like fucking and fighting each other for 2,000 years or more. So you get to know people after that point, and you're like, well, it'd be really cool if, you could go to the doctor.
Well, aren't they just tired? They're like tired of doing stuff, right? Like they want the government to give them a big hug and like take care of a couple things for them. Like, can't someone else do it?
Well, they have a whole different setup of like they just trust their shit more just because they have this. I think it's because they have this collective past,
Yeah, they've been around for more than 200 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like we have just a sort of a natural.
Nobody trusts each other over here.
Fuck no.
Oh, we're a bunch of immigrants. And
Yeah,
we're
some
all-
people are right off the
far
boat.
away to the top.
You know
Yeah,
what they're about.
yeah,
Yeah, fuck these people.
Right. We're like a basket of crabs.
Yeah.
yeah.
That sounds delicious.
I want to
Yeah, I
be
love a
King
basket
Crab. King Crab. That's awesome.
I had a great crab leg.
Keep going. Come on.
Yeah. Slower.
Is
Say it
that-
slower.
Is a penne pasta, king crab leg,
Wow.
Alfredo sauce.
Oh, wow.
Fucking amazing, dude.
I've never heard of crab legs
Volare.
being like,
And it was
cooked like that.
in the shell, crab leg.
Really?
Oh, it was so.
So it had like
fucking-
giant legs like sticking out of the.
sitting across my penne Alfredo, dude.
Ooh.
I don't know about that whole
so
crab
good.
thing. I don't know.
Whoa.
I am apey for fucking shellfish, dude.
Yeah,
me too,
dude.
me too.
I like anything that kind of looks like whatever you're eating.
I don't like
I
that.
take that.
I don't like they bring the thing
know?
out and I gotta. It's like too much work. I don't know what I'm doing with it.
It's vaguely sexual is the thing.
Yeah.
Because you've got the.
Well, I'll fuck a crab. I just don't want it. That's much easier than trying
Especially
to
a
eat the
soft
goddamn
shell.
thing.
You know what I'm
I think
saying?
that's why people are so into it because it is vaguely sexual. You've got a lot of the juices pouring all over your hands. You've got this kind of like tension and release that you get with cracking the thing open and pulling the meat out. It's phallic. Wow. It's phallic like.
I think it's just more natural. It feels like it's like almost like killing it and eating it yourself. Well, there it is, right there.
And it's beautiful too. I mean, it's a sea creature, dude.
Yeah.
Like, grilled octopus, fucking crab legs,
Oysters.
fucking soft shell crab.
I'll eat some
Dude,
oysters.
I love fucking raw oysters. Oh my god.
Yeah, my parents, there used to be a one of the I think it was the largest outdoor theater in America for a long, like largest drive-in theater. It was the Egyptian Drive-In in Southern Illinois, Marion. this big fucking theater. You go, and it was old school. You had like the speakers that you actually hung on your window that were all like heavy and metal, like from the 50s.
Wow.
And me and my parents, when I was little, they'd go to see drive-in movies and shit, and we were like seeing Indiana Jones or something.
Awesome.
And they won, and
You can win a drive-in movie?
Well, they won. They would always have these raffles, and they won a lobster dinner.
Oh yeah.
And to Southern Illinoisans of the lower working
Promised
class,
land, dude.
before this was before Red Lobsters.
Right.
I remember them getting the lobster, and it was like magical. Here we go.
fancy,
This is the shit from the sea. You
Fuck
never
yeah.
see that. It's
Fucking
not.
A.
Yeah, you wear your best burlap sack. for
Yeah, it's not a steak or a tenderloin. I will remember that one.
that. Yeah, kid, because I love. You're a terrific man.
That's hurtful. I thought they taught you guys not to hurt in Evanston.
No way. They did, but it didn't take.
Obviously. Yeah, lobster. All you can eat lobster.
Yeah, magical.
Oh man, all you can.
How
eat
big?
lobster.
How big do lobsters get? Do they get?
Papadoo, dude.
They're not good
Papadoo.
above like a pound and a half.
I've heard that.
They're not as
I've heard they
tasty.
get
How big do they get though?
They
Do
get
they have
real
like?
big.
They get real
Do they
big.
get like motherfucking like lobsters as big as like Hondas and shit?
No.
I don't know, but that would be awesome.
That would be
After
fucking
the
weird.
singularity, sir.
How big do shellfish get?
Well, there's giant.
Well, there's some
giant
big-ass crabs.
Yeah.
There's some big.
like how big?
6 feet long, maybe 8 feet long.
6 feet?
Yes.
Bullshit.
A
Crab?
humongous crab. Look at the
I
Guinness.
can't
Look it up in Guinness. All right, here we go. I remember that when I was a kid because I was horrified by it. It was in the Guinness Book of World Records.
There's some
It was
big ass
this
prawns too, dude.
They got giant clams.
Really?
giant squid. Also.
Giant clams. that
giant
can-
squids, definitely.
Giant squid. They've got bigger than giant squid. They found a new squid in what is it, in
Live,
Antarctica.
like miles below, and
Yeah, it washed up. They call it it's like an ultra squid or something, and it's bigger. It's like twice as big as a giant squid.
Yeah,
it's
isn't it
probably
like
not tasty though?
its
No,
eye
no,
is
I don't
like
even
the
get it.
size of a beach ball?
Yeah. It's definitely the kind of squid that drags men to their deaths. You know?
Wow,
It's
the Leviathan.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
How cool is that?
Oh man,
Real cool.
Bring it on.
can you get one of those? Like, can you get a tank? You know, like
That'd be cool. Like
Feed
just
your
a
enemies
giant
to-
wall.
yeah.
At the back of your compound.
There's a picture of
See, I'm trying to.
coconut crab for you there, Richard.
Hold on.
I don't think
Oh, that thing is fucked up.
Whoa!
Is it climbing up the garbage
Looks
can?
like it's
Holy
climbing up a
shit!
garbage
We
can.
got a picture of a crab the size of a garbage can.
What's wrong with it?
I'm not exactly sure. Not exactly sure.
It's hungry.
Holy mother of Christ!
I love the sea. I need to learn to scuba dive.
Can you eat a horseshoe crab?
I
Whoa!
don't think you can
Oh
eat horseshoe
no,
crab.
no! Look at that.
That is a monster.
I don't like that.
What is that thing?
That's a crab. I don't like it.
Showing pictures of a crab that
This
a
is great
diver
radio.
is
Great radio.
he's cradling. He's holding it
That's
like
probably 6 feet. That's probably like
Yeah,
six
that's-
he's holding
probably
it like a newlywed holds his fucking bride, and it's about looks to be about 6 feet long.
Probably if you stretched out those arms.
Yeah, and wow, it's ugly as sin. It's like
That's,
Cthulhu or some shit.
That meaty part in the middle is kind
Yeah,
of
it'd be tasty.
Yeah.
I think that thing would be too big though, like Alex was saying about the lobster.
Yeah, you lose some flavor on it.
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking about eating it.
Oh, you're thinking about fucking it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Well,
see.
fucking it, then eating it.
Yeah. You'd have to hold down all 6 of those legs. You don't want to really
got a
wrapped around
device.
your pelvis bone, you know, reaching into your asshole with those legs.
All those little spines
Yeah.
piercing into you.
Wow. Which wasn't there a shitty John Carpenter? There was the John Carpenter movie. That shitty John Carpenter movie. What was it called? In the Mouth of Madness.
Oh, it was based on the H.P. Lovecraft. Then.
That had the lady that did like the fucking she
did the
turned
spider
into
one?
the spider type thing, but yeah.
It's been so long since I've seen that movie, I can't speak definitively.
It was that part was freakish.
I didn't realize that was John Carpenter.
Yep, that was
Really?
John Carpenter.
I'll
Yes,
have to
sir.
rewatch that.
Yeah. He that guy's had a very strange career.
Well, he petered. Prince of Darkness was probably his last great film or good film.
Yeah.
His last great
Yeah.
film was probably Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah,
Ooh,
That's
yeah,
a great fucking movie.
yeah,
great film.
classic.
That's a great fucking movie.
Classic.
I was just watching it the other day, and I was, again, every time I watch it, I was taken aback by how awesome it
Yeah,
is.
and
Yeah.
it just keeps getting better.
Yeah,
too.
it totally builds perfectly and is just awesome.
See,
all the way through.
that's why I always say that Kurt Russell may be the unsung hero of American cinema.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I agree. I agree with
Yeah.
that same.
You know what's
I don't
surprising
know
is
about
how
you guys,
much...
but I feel kind of like invincible.
Yeah, I got a pretty good outlook on things.
That's like my favorite scene.
Yeah.
Ever. Oh my
Right?
god! Wait, what is it? What is it? May the eagle of freedom never lose a feather, or something like that. Is that what it says?
May the wings of freedom never lose a feather.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. And then they drink the fucking like
Right.
psychedelic ghost killing
Go
brew.
juice,
That's
yeah.
is that the Tarantino you're talking about?
No, that's Big Trouble in Little
it's
China.
Big Trouble in Little
Oh,
China.
I haven't
It's
seen it
but you
in
can
20
tell
years.
Tarantino watched it a couple hundred
Yeah.
times.
Right.
Yeah.
Once or twice.
What does he say when the big thug slams the back of your favorite head up against the wall and says Mister, have you paid your dues? You look that fella square in the eye and you say, yes sir, the check is in the mail.
Hey, how about Escape from New York, huh?
Ah,
there you
Snake
go.
Plissken.
Yeah.
Fucking Ernie Borgnine.
Ernie
Yeah.
Borgnine. Forget about it.
Boy, that
Yeah, dude.
Escape from L.A. Kind of a
I
disappointment.
never saw that.
I don't
Yeah,
know if I
total
ever saw
shit.
that. I don't know
You
if
know
I've
they
seen
filmed a lot of Escape from New York in St. Louis.
Yes. Yeah.
Makes total
all
fucking
the exterior
sense.
shots, right?
Yeah,
Or most of the exterior shots.
that makes total sense
It looks a
because
lot like that.
yeah, like a kind of like dark grim
Was it with,
vacant
when
war zone.
Shaft has got the chandeliers on the front of his limousine.
Yeah, I haven't seen that in forever.
I got
I
it
don't
if you want to
remember.
borrow it this
Yeah,
week.
yeah, absolutely.
I got the special edition that comes with a Snake Plissken comic book.
Oh,
Really
yeah.
awesome. Yeah, it's cool. It's real cool.
It's amazing those little things that just.
Well, yeah, that's a great question. Like, what happened to John Carpenter? Because he was one of the best. I mean, fucking Halloween.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did some good shit.
The Thing.
Yeah,
The Thing is
yeah.
amazing.
The Fog, which
The
I
Fog.
which I loved when I was a kid, scared the shit out of me, but I loved it.
Is that with the pirate
That's
ghosts?
the Ghost
Yeah,
Pirates.
the
Yeah.
Ghost Pirates.
Big Trouble in Little China. What else did he do? I mean, Prince of Darkness.
Yeah.
But it all kind of. Oh, They Live? They
Yeah,
Live.
They Live.
right.
Awesome, dude. But then he just, he ran out of fucking ideas.
Yeah,
They Live was a movie with like real balls on it.
It
Too,
was
you
real
know?
heavy, dude.
I mean, maybe we've talked about this before, but he really went for it with that scene with the sunglasses,
Sure.
where Roddy Piper is fighting that other dude.
It's all the Fenorids, right?
But he's fighting him to put the sunglasses on, and that guy will not put them on. And like the whole thing is like there's like this 15-minute fight sequence.
It's a wrestling match.
Like,
though.
that's this wrestling match, and that like a director of less testicular fortitude never would have really gone for it and just said, "Fuck it, let's just have a wrestling match." Because there's no reason the guy shouldn't just put the sunglasses.
He
on,
probably just made it. That was probably Roddy Piper's deal.
Right.
He's like he's got to have one
wrestling
scene to
scene.
fucking show his shit.
Speaking of, Roddy Piper actually was surprisingly good in the movie.
He was good.
He
He was
really.
good.
I don't know why he didn't get more roles after that. I mean, I think
I'm
he showed a
kinda glad-
range.
I'm glad that was his one mark on Hollywood.
Yeah.
It was perfect. I mean, I would if I was Roddy Piper, dude. I would rest very comfortably in my dying days knowing
Yeah.
that was my one contribution to American cinema.
Really.
Oh, it's
He'll be
King.
back.
Have you seen They
He'll be
Live?
back.
Have you seen They Live?
No, he'll be. What I'm saying is, he'll be back.
Yeah, I don't want to.
There's Oscar talk.
denigrate
That's
the
all
guy
I'm
to
saying.
the
There's Oscar talk.
margins.
Does Oscar talk for? Oh wow, wow.
Oscar talk for what?
For whatever the next Roddy
Piper vehicle.
Yeah. I think he plays a legless wrestler, right?
Yeah. It'll be beautiful. It'll be beautiful.
Right.
Wow, They
It's
Live,
called the
though.
turnbuckle, something like that.
right.
Welcome back, everybody, to hour 2.
Too.
Episode 478.
How the time flies.
478.
478. We've been doing this for 16 years, and
Wow.
I feel pretty good about it. I feel pretty good. I'm about to retire.
Repo
and,
Man.
Yeah.
Huh?
Hey.
Man, huh?
To Repo Man.
Yeah.
To Michael Nesmith's, I think, only
Oh, that's right. I keep,
producing venture.
and
Did he produce anything else?
I don't know if he. I didn't know he produced
yes,
Repo Man.
Yeah.
we did.
Now, is Nesmith? Is he the one who was heir to the Whiteout Fortress?
Yes,
Yes.
that's correct. That's correct.
Stocking cap.
The hat.
Hey,
Right.
you know what's
Kinger.
funny? What's funny is the other day at Quenchers, I played Rock and Roll Jeopardy, and I fucking killed. By the way, I think I might be a Rock and Roll Jeopardy prodigy.
I'll take it. I'll beat
And
you
that
at that.
was
Prodigy.
the final. That was the final Jeopardy question.
Whoa. You know what that is?
Was-
That's the collective unconscious.
What was it? Yeah, that's
It
exactly
is
right.
exactly.
Oh, I wish the setup was recorded.
Yeah, right.
What was the question? What was the narrative?
What did Michael? Oh, I'm good. What did Michael Nesmith's mother invent? Yeah. And I was the only one. The other guys were like real surprised I knew that.
How did you not know that?
How could you not?
How could you not? And like the thing is like one of the guys. Yeah,
could you not know it?
I think
It's such a
doesn't
weird
know that?
fact. It's like one of those things that you know because it's so bizarre.
Yeah, I mean, I knew I had it in the bag even before Final Jeopardy. I had, like 2 or 3 times as many points as anybody up there because I was, I'm a fucking geek.
So did you win? You won.
Oh, I won.
What'd
I won
you
a
get?
free drink. Whiskey
Oh.
with a splash of Coke, tall boy.
A free
super
drink?
stiff.
One free drink?
You get a free drink.
A free drink, but I ruled.
Jesus.
Hey, you know.
Nobody else got that free drink.
Yeah.
That's right.
Fuck them.
Wow.
Jason 1, others 0.
You know, Mike Nesmith, supposedly he has some solo records, like country solo records from the 70s that are supposedly fantastic.
Well, he was the only. He's
Fantastic.
the
Real
only.
musician,
No,
yeah.
he was the only real. Yeah, he was the only real musician in the Monkees.
He was the one who was so pissed off because they wouldn't let him write songs.
Peter Tork wasn't a musician too.
No.
Well, they could all.
They could
They could
pretend
kinda-
I thought Davy Jones and Mickey
No,
Dolenz
no.
were the two that didn't know shit. They were the
Yeah.
actors. But then Peter Tork and Mike Nesmith.
Mike Nesmith was actually like when he went to audition for the Monkees. I think he's the only guy that actually brought an instrument and played it like with consummate
You know,
skill.
buddy, when you got eyes like Davy Jones, you don't need
Yeah,
to know
fuck
anything.
Yeah, Mickey Dolenz just gets
You know,
lost.
Neil Young plays guitar on a lot of those Monkees records.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Boy, that head is some pretentious
I've never
bullshit.
seen it.
Yeah, how
Didn't
about
that-
it,
didn't-
right?
It's like, dude, it's like the monkeys getting pissed off about like their place in the machinery. It's like, dude, you're the monkeys.
Jack,
They
Yeah.
wrote it with Jack Nicholson, yeah.
Yeah.
They spent like a weekend in bed with Jack Nicholson and they on acid and wrote it.
God, I'm
Yeah.
glad we.
they should have dialed back on the acid, man.
I'm glad
That shit was
we've
terrible.
culturally moved on from that kind of thing a little bit. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Have we?
I mean, it's not like you hear like, Jeff Tweedy spent the weekend in bed with Nancy Reagan and
That would be hilarious.
took a bunch. Well, actually, that doesn't sound bad. That doesn't sound bad. No, I take that back. I'm going to backpedal on that. I wish we need to do more of that.
No, let's develop that. Get some investors on the line.
It does seem like we don't have a lot of. You don't hear about famous people, spending a weekend on acid and then coming up with something that gets injected into popular culture.
Except for that Joe Rogan guy.
I don't know
Joe
that.
Rogan?
I don't know how injected Head was in popular culture. I think it was a giant flop.
Yeah, parents took their kids to see it and didn't get it and hated it, and nobody who would have gotten it
Right.
went to see it 'cause
But
they thought the Monkees
I think I watched it with you a couple years ago, and I was all excited to rewatch. I was
Yeah.
like, okay, it's gonna be great.
I'd never
And I was
seen
like,
it, too.
Oh, this is
Yeah,
terrible.
that's all.
Yeah, you did. You got.
It was like them. It was like them cocking off about being famous and not having to do a fucking thing for their life.
Sure.
It's like you're the fucking monkeys, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you kind of you
You're a
get wrapped
fucking TV
up.
show.
You don't get that kind of perspective. You know what I mean? Not like today. I think a lot of people do appreciate when they're on a TV show. You just milk that shit.
I remember when I
sure.
was a kid and I saw the Monkees had the reunion shit. Where
saw
they did
that
that.
show.
They did the
Weird
they did
Al
the-
opened up for him.
Oh really?
Now there is a guy who just keeps on creating.
Yeah, he was
That's
just in
true.
town not too long ago.
They said that they had the hit that was then, this is now.
Yep.
Monkees. Yeah, and I remember seeing the video when I was a kid, like I was like 10 years old or whatever,
Right.
and I was thinking, and they had all these shots of girls that were like teenagers that were getting excited about the Monkees now, and I remember
You smelled a rat, did you?
I remember thinking, wow, those bitches suck, dude.
It's so harsh.
They're lame. I like as a 10-year-old kid, I was like, wow, I never want to get involved with one of those girls.
Speaking of people who couldn't just enjoy their fame, David Cassidy. He was like bigger than the Beatles when he was the peak of his fame.
Bigger than the Beatles.
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
huge. He
that's
was
very big.
He sold more albums and
Really?
he was huge.
Sold more albums than the Beatles?
Yeah. David Cassidy was huge, and somebody died at one of his concerts, and he was like, "I can't handle this fame anymore," and
I can see getting weirded out by fame.
yeah.
But what the Monkees were doing with Head was different. Like they were trying to pretend like they had some kind of an artistic integrity.
Right, yeah.
And I was like, no, dude. You're
Like they'd been a band before the show,
yeah,
and
you're a fucking manufactured band
Yeah.
meant to jump on this fucking jubilant youth fucking meme that's going around. That's all you are.
and they did.
I love some of their music.
They were funny. They were
Pleasant Valley
good.
Sunday.
They were a good comedy team together.
Stepping Stone. How about it?
Yeah, Stepping
Yeah,
Stone.
dude, sure.
Minor
Sure.
Threats version of Stepping Stone. Outstanding.
Wow, talk about a guy who doesn't want any fun to happen at one of his
Wow,
shows.
no shit.
Wow, sorry. No, he's a wonderful man.
Sure.
Yeah.
Everybody just sit down. Everybody sit down. Nobody gets hurt. Oh, thanks, punk rock act. I'll
Yeah, no shit.
I'll just
here's
have
the-
a seat.
Yeah, that's what I was talking.
I understand you don't want. God forbid you like the kids and you don't want them to get their necks broken by meatheads or whatever. That makes sense. But come on.
I was having drinks with my couple guys from my band from high school the other night, and the one guy was talking about how he went to this Slint show, and he's a huge Slint fan, and like it was awesome.
Did
He's
he
like,
get lockjaw from yawning?
Well, and he's like,
Wow.
well, no, that's what he said. That's what he said. He's like, as soon as Slint started, the whole place went deadly silent, and nobody moved. I was like, man, Bo Diddley would have a fucking heart attack. Like,
Yeah.
you saw that? That's what you did to rock and roll?
Yeah,
You know?
no shit.
They're after different. I was telling Brian this last night. I went to go see the Cadane brothers
Yes.
from Bedhead, and they're in a band now called the New Year. Friends of the show, by the way. I personally sent an email to those guys and said, can we, for the end of Cabin Fever, we use their song "The End Is Near." Anyway,
You think they listen to that show?
I don't know if they listen to the show or not, but they said we could go ahead and use the song in our show.
Oh,
Stand up
nice
of them.
of
That was stand up of them.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's very nice.
But they're very. It was just the two of them, and they didn't have the drummer or the bass player in their band, the New Year. And it's real. They sound like a band like Slint, where it's real pretty electric guitars, and it always feels like it's about to blow up and distort it,
Yeah.
but they never do it.
To hold it back the whole time.
They just hold it back the whole time, and it's like, oh Jesus!
Yeah.
It's like it's beautiful, and it.
No, there's like a kind of listener fatigue that
yes.
comes with that.
Well,
you know?
that's true, but I don't know. It was.
Yeah,
it was great.
I used to work with the lead singer and primary guitar player of Slint,
This is the
Brian
story.
McMahon,
Yeah.
who's a lovely guy, great guy. It was a pleasure to work with him. Very, very humble. Like, I didn't even know he was the guy from Slint until another coworker said, "You know, have you ever listened to Brian's band?" I was like, "No, what is it? What is it?" He didn't say anything. And he's like, "Slint. Have you ever heard Slint?" I was like, no, just the fucking shit that I would like blast when I was, getting
Good thing you
fucked
didn't-
up when I was 20 years old.
Good thing you didn't wear like a Slint shirt to work.
Yeah.
You're really big dork.
yeah, totally. And it was like, yeah, he was. He, I remember drinking with him, and before I knew he was in Slint, and it was funny because I was like on like.
drink with that guy. But come on, sing a song.
I was like,
$1.
I was like,
Good morning, Captain. How about Good morning, Captain? Come on.
well, like every time we used to be on call together, and I would have to call him at like 3 a.m. when some buildings would go down or whatever. And
You were demolitionists, right?
yeah, well, we were IT
Terrorists.
IT professionals, IT techs. Even pays for shit. I'd rather be a demolitionist. But he's
That'd be
like,
a lot more fun.
yeah, totally.
Those guys make money.
And they like, I'd give him a call. I'd have to call him at 4 a.m, and he'd be like, and it was, he'd wake up and he'd be like, yeah. And I always wanted to record the conversations we had and then do like a Slint like riff over it. And he's like, yeah, I rebooted the Switch. I walked down to the basement.
Rebooted the Switch.
Yeah, if you,
Wow.
yeah, Brian, if you ever listen to this,
I'm listening. I'm talking to me.
They're a great band.
great band, excellent band.
Viking. Viking.